The UN has urged an investigation into post-election violence in Cameroon after protests broke out in its economic capital, Douala, following the announcement the country's long-time president, Paul Biya, is the winner of the country's fiercely disputed election. At 92 years old, Mr. Biya is the world's oldest president and has been in power for more than 4 decades. He secured over 53% of votes cast, winning himself another 7-year mandate. Opposition candidates have condemned the official results, calling them a masquerade. Well, in the capital, police have fired water cannon and tear gas at protesters outraged by the election result. At least 4 people died on Sunday as opposition supporters defied a ban on demonstrations. Let's cross live now to our reporter, Paul Njie, who is in the opposition stronghold of Garoua. And Paul, can you please tell us what has the president been saying today?
The President, Mariam, has thanked the Cameroonian people for voting him into office, and he did acknowledge today that the task ahead of him is an arduous one and that the weight on his shoulders are going to be quite heavy. But he has called on all Cameroonians to rally together and ensure that the country is peaceful and prosperous. But many people are wondering how peaceful and prosperous the country would be when there are contestations of the presidential election results. Opposition leader Issa Chiroma Bakari considers himself the legitimate president, and he says that he defeated his former boss Paul Biya in the election. But today, the Constitutional Council did declare Paul Biya winner with over 53%. By and large, people believe that the days ahead might be tense in Cameroon because we've already been seeing signs of those tensions. You did mention earlier on the protests in the economic capital, Douala. The opposition leader, Issa Chiroma Bakari, himself said that snipers killed 2 people in his compound today who had camped there. So these are early signs that the days ahead might be really, really complicated for this country, Cameroon.
What's the atmosphere like where you are, Paul, right now?
Well, there's uncertainty here in Garoua because on Sunday there were clashes which took place here. We did cover those clashes and we saw the sheer will of the people. They said that they wanted their votes to be reflected in the presidential election results, and they said that their votes had been stolen. But the government has been firm that the opposition's claim of victory is not tenable. The people here are ready, they said to us, to go to the streets to defend their votes. But today, it's a bit calm because most people chose to be indoors following yesterday's clashes where security forces dispersed protesters with water cannons and, of course, tear gas. So people are really apprehensive of what's to come, but they believe that with the way the situation is going, Cameroon